It's been a while since I've checked up on Fresh and Fit. It's been a couple months now, and for good reason. I want to stay away from exchanging ideas and more or less pursue just, idiotic things that some people online can do. I wanted to talk about that because a lot of it is funny, but I want to go ahead and exchange ideas once again. And what better way to start off with this than to talk about Fresh and Fit? These guys have kind of dropped off. They're, for the most part, irrelevant. Even Eva and Preach rarely ever talk about these guys, and if they do, it's just to give them a jab. So yeah, these guys haven't been around, and so I decided to go and check up on these guys to see what they're doing, and they're still doing exactly what they're doing. It's practically a rerun of almost every Red Pill episode online. And I've always had this impression that Myron and Fresh, they were kind of like Pokemon. Myron, he knows the moves tackle and self-destruct, and Fresh only knows splash. Myron is doing a good job of holding that title because almost every single time I see him online, he's self-destructing. He's always attempting to, I know he's doing it under the guise of freedom of speech, and I understand where he's coming from, but you can't help but notice that, yeah, at the same time, you kind of just blow your own reputation up. With that being said, I'm not here to talk about Myron, but instead I'm here to talk about Fresh. Fresh, for some reason, has just popped into my mind when I saw Coconut not too long ago. He's posting his vlogs, and he's I sound like Fresh right now. Nah. So I decided to go ahead and show you guys what I found. So let's go ahead and start off with this clip.
Call me cheap, but valet is $100, and they park the car for you. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I hate people parking my car unless it's my own valet at my building. But bro, these niggas, I don't trust them, bro. So honestly, I don't want to pay for it.
You see what I mean when I say that Fresh is oblivious to what he says? He stated that call him cheap, $100 worth of valet parking. Nah, he can't do that because he doesn't like anybody in his car, so he'd rather park it himself. Now, to me, I think that he can spend his money in any way he wants, but obviously he teaches men how to grow their money, and to me that looks pretty reckless. Another thing is that I was thinking, $100 worth of valet parking, where the hell are you at, bro? I didn't know where exactly he's at, and even now I don't know, but he stated that he was at a casino, that he was going to go meet up Gary's the numbers guy. And luckily, Gary, he held up a receipt trying to show off that he made money at the casino because he was gambling or whatever the case is. And it says the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. So I went to go look up to see whether this casino or hotel was charging $100 for valet parking, and it turns out that when you go and click on their website, it states that valet parking is $30 to $40. I also want you to consider that there are 3 other hotels with a similar name. However, the reason why I deduced the fact that this could potentially be the one in Miami, it's because it's located in the heart of Miami. If you take a look at the location of all the other 3, you would see that they are far away from Miami. And the reason why I suspect that this could be the one from Miami that they attended was because right after or later on during the day, Fresh ends up meeting up with Myron over at the studio. So to me, I'm thinking bro, again, not sure if this is the actual casino that Fresh went to, but if it is, bro, you just lied to people. Why? And that's not the only thing. It seems that Fresh has learned 1 or 2 things from Myron. Obviously, as you guys know, Myron is self-destructive. He goes online and just blurts out a lot of racism and misogynistic statements, obviously because he believes in freedom of speech, so that's why he does it. But Fresh, he decided to adopt some of those and include it into his own monologue.
And this is where you got the actual ocean, of course, right by South Beach, but it's a more chill area. Low key for me, I prefer coming here than South Beach itself because less people, more classy, and those people are not here.
And even then, he still can't even bring himself to say it, but he thinks it though, which I found very interesting. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and just demonstrate to you guys that he now has this kind of thought process, but he's still quiet, which if you guys know Fresh, he never likes to say anything. So yeah, in his own way, he adopted that mindset. I do want to go ahead and move on to one more thing, and that's this conversation that he had with this particular guest that they had on a certain podcast. I don't know this guy. I've never seen him, but what Fresh said was just so, like, to me it was just like, bro, are you serious, man? Like, you are that guy.
There's a big crypto boom in Miami, especially, where guys were making millions off of crypto, right? And they obviously made some money quick. They don't know how to handle it. So what happened was, girls saw them as like, oh, he's a target. He has money. He's just blowing it in the club. I'll get close to this guy. And the guys would pay the girls to stay in the house with them, because they say, oh, I want to be with you, but I have to leave. You know, I'm so sad I have to go to work. They're like, oh no, don't go to work. I'll come pay for your day at work. And they racked up thousands of dollars, and they play games because they know this guy's the easy mark. So you got money, but if you're not hip to the game, then you're kind of fucked too, you know.
Those are the type of guys that fucks it up, you know, for the good guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, fucking nerd, you know, average, basic looking fucking guy, and then making money on crypto. Now he's attracting these girls that never gave him a second look. You know what I mean? So he's too excited. So for him, it's like he didn't earn the money. You know, he just made it so easy. So for him, having all these beautiful girls around him, it's like it's something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they end up fucking up the market for the good guys out there.
Bro, tell me that when Fresh asked him that question, and this guy was letting loose his thoughts, what he thought about these guys, tell me, didn't that sound like Fresh? So essentially, Fresh asked the guy, the guest, that, you know, these guys, these newbies who are not rich, all of a sudden get rich because they made a good investment in crypto. And all of a sudden they have all this money that they can spend. They go to clubs, and then these women see that these guys are spending all this money and automatically want to hook up with these guys, you know, and they want to be around their atmosphere because these women feel like they can game this guy and they can have this guy pay for all this money, including for bucks, right? And that's what that guy was describing, that these guys mess up the game for everybody because, you know, they're not playing by the rules, and then it just messes up the ecosystem. And when he was describing all of that, the first thing that came to mind was, you know, Daisy Chan, or Chan, I don't know her name, Daisy. And that made me think that, wait a minute, Fresh, you're that guy, bro. You pay for bucks. And what absolutely blows my mind is that Fresh can listen to this guy and immediately take himself out of the equation, as if Fresh is not the one also doing that. And look at this guy. That guy is in denial, bro. He's going through the 5 stages of grief, but he's stuck and in denial. He's stuck there because he's glitched infinitely, and he will never be able to reach the final stage, which is acceptance and moving forward. And because of that, it has inspired me to want to start not a GoFundMe, but a refund me. I'm just kidding, man. No one is donating to Fresh. That dude has enough money. Hey, he can make it rain and FEMA will get involved. Nah. I do want to go ahead and say that I will be making a video on Myron as well. I can't wait for that one because I know that he's been explosively radioactive online as of late. So yeah, I'll make a video on that. That's really all I have for you guys, and I'll see you guys next video.